What's up, VC? Haven't checked in since New Year. For those of you first time watching my channel, Needle Groove, my name is Kieran. So yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everyone had a good Christmas time, if you celebrate that, and New Year celebration. And I'm wishing everyone a great 2017. So, I don't usually do videos at nighttime, as you can see. Now I am. Otherwise, I don't know that I ever would get these videos done in the winter. And I'm skipping a video. So I promised last time I checked in on YouTube that I would do a Boxing Day video next. I do have a Boxing Day video make, and I have a fat stack of records, which is why I haven't, one of the reasons why I'm doing this one first, because I haven't gotten through listening to all those records yet. But I do have some 2017 pickups, quite a few actually, to share with you guys that I'm pretty excited about. I won't be buying as many records this year. I'm going to focus more on, just some key records that I want, or quality. Not that I've been buying bad quality, but So, drinking a Heady Topper. Actually, I haven't taken a sip yet. So, cheers. Haven't had this beer in a long time. So, I know Dave Belson on the turntable, you know this. Is a Vermont beer that is really, really well known, super popular. Can't get it here in Montreal, but a friend of mine was in, colleague actually was in Vermont this weekend, and we were talking about beer, and he said, "Oh, I'll bring you a couple cans." Double IPA, delicious. Okay, let's get into the records. I already wasted 2 minutes. Maybe you shut me off already. This is one I actually picked up before Christmas. Don Cherry, Ed Blackwell, that's what we're listening to right now. Love this record. Hesitated when I first saw it. Went back to get it after I listened to it online. You can hear it here, but go listen to it online. I really like this. Very spacious music. It's on ECM from 1982. They both play a variety of instruments. Beautiful, beautiful music. Very peaceful. So probably not for everyone, but definitely very enjoyable. Okay, so went to Toronto over New Year's. Stopped in at Cosmos Records, which I've spoken about before. It's the most ridiculous record store in terms of rare records, especially for funk, soul, jazz, just crazy. Prices are definitely higher than I'm used to seeing and paying, but I don't see that amount of records like that. For if you go to a record store and see one record, two rare records, there you're gonna see 50 maybe. It's crazy. If you follow them on Instagram, you'll see they have, their posts when they get new stock in is just crazy, the walls. I know John Ra mentioned it to me recently. Anyway, picked up a couple records there. I don't always buy when I go because it is very expensive. But I did find a couple things that I thought were fairly priced. So I picked up this, which I really wanted. Wayne Shorter, Odyssey of Iska. And this is one I had heard that was good. I had never listened to it. And whoever told me it was good, which is several people, you were not wrong. It is amazing. And I'm really, really glad I picked this up. It's interesting. You have Wayne Shorter, and then you have Vibes and Marimba by Dave Friedman. And you have a guitarist who I've never heard of. And then you have two bassists and three drummers. So Ron Carter, Cecil McBee, Billy Hart, Al Muzon, and Frank Cuomo, who I don't know, but killer lineup. This is, I think, 1970. Yeah, 1970. Definitely getting into the spiritual side of things here. Really interesting read on the back, too. Definitely recommend you pick this up if you find it. The second one, label I don't have very many records on because I just don't see them often. I have passed on one or two that I regret passing on. At the time I thought they were expensive, but might have been pretty fair. And this is, probably the best, my favorite records that I've heard on Black Jazz. Anyway, I don't know a ton, so I can't say that they're the best records, but they're the ones that have jumped out at me the most. So this is The Awakening, Mirage. Spiritual, funky, a bit free. This is from 1973, their second album on the label. Beautiful, beautiful music. If you don't know it, you can hear that monk in the background. So, on that note, when I was back in the reason I was intrigued by that is because before I had left, I'd seen a record that my local record store had posted on their Discogs page, and it was this one, and I was kind of interested in it, but I hadn't decided yet. And then when I went to Toronto, I saw Mirage, and I got it, and then when I got back, I had to get this one. So yeah, this is their just before the Mirage, Hear, Sense, and Feel on Black Jazz. I think I prefer this one from what I've listened to so far. I'm definitely going to be spinning these a ton. The music, I think I'm going to be buying a lot of spiritual jazz, probably some funk this year, but definitely I'm going to focus on records that I think I'm going to play a lot and play often and again and not get sick of. And to me, spiritual jazz is that type of music. Since I've discovered it about a year and a bit ago, getting more into it, I just find that's what makes me feel good, what makes me happy. So yeah, Hear, Sense, and Feel by The Awakening. If you have a chance to, I mean, you can go listen to these online, but definitely need to like sit and absorb them, not just, you know, have it on. I would definitely recommend you check those out. Super happy about this find, actually. Not from the same era, but one of my favorite jazz musicians. And this was also when I went to get the that Hear, Sense, and Feel from my local store from the Discogs page. I had seen they had just posted this. So this is Lee Morgan, Search for the New Land. If you don't know this, go check it out, but I'm sure most of you do. Bit more, almost getting into the spiritual jazz vein on the title track. Exploring a bit more, really a bit deeper than his previous work, I would say, if that's a fair way of describing it. But you have Wayne Shorter, Grant Green, Herbie Hancock, Reggie Workman, and Billy Higgins. This is an original stereo copy, not mono, but for the condition and the price, and considered one of my favorite artists, definitely had to grab that. I'm sure a ton of people I know really like this record. And as did I, had it on CD, and now I have it on record. Okay, a couple other, this is from another store that I grabbed in Montreal. These next two from the same store, Roy Ayers, Ubiquity. Didn't know this record. Was very intrigued when I saw it. Wasn't cheap, but I don't know, I was just in a mood. It wasn't crazy expensive, but really, really happy I found this. It's really enjoyable. It's like earlier Roy Ayers, 1970, but still like funk. It's funky, but not like the mid-70s type of funky, so jazzy and funky without being really jazz funk, if that makes sense. But yeah, except I don't really like the track Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Bit cheesy, elevator music sounding, but wicked record. That's Roy Ayers, Ubiquity. Also picked up this at the same time. Fred Wesley and the JBs, Damn Right I Am Somebody. Didn't really know, I know of this record, and I've, you know, seen people post it and seen pictures. I'd never seen a copy, which is why I grabbed this one on People. So yeah, really, really happy. Some funky music. James Brown produced from the same sessions as James Brown, The Payback, which I didn't know until I just got the record. This is the most recent record I picked up just on the weekend, and I really, really enjoy this. It's beautiful. It might not be for all of you guys, but it's very bluesy in a sense. It sounds like early blues, but it's the freedom songs of the Somali Republic. Actually, I'm going to play this for you guys because I'm not sure. I don't remember if there's most of the records I'm showing you can hear online, which is why I'm not needle dropping them. You will notice that I have a different setup with the camera here, which makes it a lot easier to have needle drop because I'm facing the record player instead of being behind me. So this is on Folkways Records, which actually has a lot of blues records as well. There is supposed to be a booklet, which is missing from this copy, which is why I got a really good price on it. It was like $11 or something, which I think is quite fair. There are some songs, they're all good, but there's some standout ones that when I was listening to it, but I don't remember which side they were on. But I'll give you guys a little sense of what it is to see if you're interested. Haunting vocals. The recordings are not great, as you would imagine, but sometimes the volume goes. I love this music. I find it soul soothing. This is one I picked up last week, I think. One of the rare trips where I just grabbed one record. Actually, the past 2 times I just picked up the one. So that was this weekend that just passed. And then the previous weekend I picked up this record. Grant Green live at the Lighthouse, I believe, or is it just live? Live at the Lighthouse. Killer jazz funk from like 72, I believe, on Blue Note Records, double LP. I think I had seen a copy of this in the summer, but it was more than I wanted to spend, and this was less than half, and kind of was more intrigued by it because Gideon Strumpet, Tim, you showed it, which when you show a record, I know it's going to be good, so I was confident in buying it. This was a Christmas gift from my brother-in-law. Colin Stetson presents Sorrow, a reimagining of Gorecki's Third Symphony. Was not familiar with, I know most of you probably will be, but Gorecki's Third Symphony, and I don't know if you're familiar with Colin Stetson. I don't know if he's from Montreal, but he calls himself Montreal. I believe he lives here. His I don't know if they're still together. I would imagine his girlfriend Sarah Newton. Wow, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. She is part of Arcade Fire. Sarah Neufeld, Sarah Neufeld, part of Arcade Fire, also a yoga teacher here in the city that I know, haven't seen her recently, but anyway, really cool circular breathing technique, which creates some powerful, mind-blowing sounds live. He is insane, and this is a trip of a record, quite the experience. So I think if some of you may be interested in this, worth checking out, or some of other Colin Stetson's other records as well. Couple reissues I grabbed. This is one that kind of I had ordered in the fall, but it got lost. They sent it again. This is DDC Como La Fe, Hassan's Walk. Love this record. If you're into spiritual jazz, you will dig this. Originally on Nimbus West. And yeah, the reissue's done nicely. Worth checking out for sure. You can probably find clips of that online pretty easily, but I will give you a needle drop because I think that this music is definitely worth it. This is my kind of music right now. It's what I'm into. Okay, I picked up the Arthur Verosai and loved it, and then I saw Andrew Champ Sound. You had posted a picture of your Arthur Verosai pickup with another record that I didn't know about, and so I went out and grabbed it. that is this crazy cover, another Brazilian record, another Mr. Bongo reissue. This is Pedro Santos, Krishnanda, psychedelic, folky, like just crazy record. Maybe not for everyone, but it's a trip, as is the cover. So check it out. You can listen to it online. Okay, so the last records that I have here, is this everything I picked up? Was from a digging trip with my friend that works at Contour, my favorite record store here, and two of his buddies, which I think are beat makers, as is he. And I'd been to this place before, once alone, once with him, and it's kind of like a warehouse, like it's a warehouse store, I don't know, mix of the three. And there's just so much stuff in there, records, but so much crap. And because these guys, I guess, go regularly, or they know him, they let him in the basement. They've been going for years. They let us in the basement, which is just stupid. Like, it should be condemned, that place.
No?
Got some underwear here. Il y a plein de souris.
Des souris vivantes.
You guys got your masks?
C'est fucking piège.
This is fucking crazy.
C'est quelque chose, c'est tu. Oh, you read this one?
And there's so many records, mostly crap, but I didn't find much in the basement. I found stuff in the upstairs. Anyway, I took some video clips. I'll probably, attach them here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It was just crazy. Quite the experience. The money I spent on the records, which is not a lot, was just worth the experience alone of this stupidity. But anyway, so picked up some stuff. I was kind of torn. I only had a certain amount of cash and I didn't want to spend more. So I left some behind that I'm kind of maybe now regretting that I should have grabbed, and some that I'm like, man, should I have got this? But like I said, it was more about the fun, the experience. So I grabbed this James Moody. The cover is kind of what grabbed me. Not an artist that I normally know, I don't really know, or that I would buy, but I really like this cover. And the record has a little spot on it, that little like defect, but the rest of the record plays all right. It is quite enjoyable actually, but it's like late 50s. It's not anything mind-blowing, but it is quite enjoyable jazz from, I don't know, 58 I think. So yeah, on Argo. Okay, I grabbed this, which is pretty beat up, but for a few dollars, Nina Simone at Town Hall on Colpix. I didn't have any of her. I don't think I have a Nina Simone record, let alone an old one on Colpix. Definitely a lot of surface noise, but grabbed that. Was pretty surprised to see it there, but you see all types of stuff. This guy always goes to, not that this has to do with that, but he goes to Russia and Europe and comes back with records. So one of the guys there grabbed this Indian record that, for $5 that sells almost never online, but when it has, it's for like $200-300. So there's definitely gems to be found in this place. You just gotta know. I grabbed this, the second John Handy album. the John Handy Quintet. This I like the other two. The first John Handy that I got, the red-ish cover, live concert I believe, I loved, blew me away. This I was disappointed with. I was kind of pumped that I found it for a couple of bucks. Not that that's what it sells for, but I have to listen again. But I wasn't loving it as much. This I was super happy to find. I almost left it behind because it looked pretty scratched, but when I cleaned it up, it looks much better and sounds amazing. So for $3, Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. I was pretty happy about that. It was one of 2 Al Green records I don't have. I still need Let's Stay Together out of the ones that I want. Was really happy about that. Very enjoyable Sunday morning listen, which I did the other day. Read for a little bit. This one I was pretty pumped about. I wouldn't say I love the music, but for a few dollars, in good shape, an original mono deep groove, Nat Adderley, and the big sax section with a killer lineup: Jimmy Heath, Yusef Lateef, and Charlie Rouse on that deep groove. I don't know if you can see. Is there anyone else on here? And it's in good shape too. Yeah, you have Cannonball Adderley on here as well, Wynton Kelly, Sam Jones, arrangements by Jimmy Heath, obviously. So yeah, really, I'd never seen this record before, but I dig the cover, that's for sure. And probably the best find, maybe just because it was a record that I had put on my Discogs want list that I had never seen, but I put it on my list because Teddy from Eat Sleep Vinyl had spoken about it. And you know, when Teddy mentions a record, you better pay attention. And not that this is crazy rare, but for the price I got it, and it's not a record you see too often, or I've never seen it, or I didn't know about it when I did. George Lewis, homage to Charles Parker. So with Anthony Davis, Douglas Edwards, and Richard Teitelbaum. I need to listen to this. I listened to it once, but I wasn't like fully present when I was listening to it, so I need to go back. But yeah, I think that's the track that he told us that the title track is the one he said to check out. Homage to Charles Parker. So that's it for this batch of records. Yeah, I still got my Boxing Day finds I'm going to come back with. I know some of you have been waiting to see what I picked up. And this is what we're listening to again. And this is just amazing. So I would have loved to get an original of this, I'm sure. But if you're okay with reissues, which I know a lot of you are, some of you don't love it, but this one is worth picking up. Cool. That's it. Hope everyone has a great week, and I will be back hopefully soon with the next video. Peace.